Hey second graders, Mr. Bell here. Ready to do some art? Alright, let's go. Your project this week is going to be about texture. Texture. And texture either feels or looks rough or smooth. Lots of things have different kinds of texture. If you look at this blue line here, it looks smooth. Look at this red jagged line. It looks rough. This pink sheet of paper here looks smooth, and it even feels smooth. This little metal object here, it looks rough and it feels rough. The texture of this is rough. The texture of this is smooth. Let's look at a paper plate. Smooth in the middle and around the edges where all the little ridges are. It's rough. Let's see what happens if we take a little piece of crayon and rub it on there. See if we can make the texture show up on the paper. Smooth. Rough. You can actually see the little ridges from the plate, but here it's really flat, smooth. Let's try this sheet of paper. Yeah, very smooth looking. And let's try this metal object here. Oh, you can even hear the texture, how rough it is. Look how it came out on the paper. Very rough looking. Different kinds of texture. Smooth and rough. Last week, I asked you all to draw a bubble letter JES, put a pattern inside of it, and then cut the letters out, and then glue them onto a background. And if you didn't do that part, make sure you cut and glue, because you're going to have to do that to make this next project work. Okay, some of you glued your letters onto just a white background. If you had a black construction paper or some other color, then you glued it onto there, like that. And then, after you glued it on, I asked you to design it using our school colors, black, green, and white. If you glued it onto a white sheet of paper, you still designed some kind of school elements or something around your JES, but it is glued on there. And these letters are glued on here, and that's important for the next part of this project. So what you need to do is get a crayon, get a piece of a crayon. You can peel the paper off and have a little piece like this. Then what you want to do is take another sheet of paper and lay it on top of that sheet. Make sure it's even on the sides and the corners. Put your hand there in the middle. Hold that paper down. Take your piece of crayon and rub from left to right. I don't like to go all the way to the edge. I just want the letter to show up. Don't press too hard, but you want to press hard enough that the whole letter shows up. that you can see the outline around it. And you can actually feel the texture of the letter underneath if you rub your hand on there. And it shows up when you rub the crayon. I'm going to move my hand over here and make sure that the E shows up. Pick it up, rub it across, pick it up, rub it across, pick it up, rub it across. If you're careful, you can do some little short strokes to get it to show up a little bit better. I'll turn your paper around this way, make sure it's even on the sides. Put your hand on top of your E and S, and I know the J's upside down, but that's okay. We're going to flip it around again in just a moment. Nice and easy. And now you have the texture of the letters underneath showing up on the top. That's called a crayon rub. Same thing if you used a construction paper and another piece of construction paper. Lay it on there, do the same thing. Hold it down. There we go. Flip it around this way, make sure it's even. Pull it down. There we go. And JS, JES, our school initials. All right. Here's the next part of the project. And you can leave it like this. That looks fine. If you would prefer, you can get your crayon and rub it along like this to get a straight line. Notice I'm not going all the way to the edge of the paper. Leave a border around it. There we go. Any parts you need to go over again? Do that part now. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Just get it as good as you can. Alright, I'm happy with that. That's fine. And what you do next is you can use your black and green crayons. You can use a black and green marker, or both, and start designing the border and inside the letters. You can put a pattern again in little pictures. There's lots of different ways that you can design this project. I'm going to put a green border around this rectangle. I'm using school colors. There we go. I'm going to design the inside of my letters. They're sort of black and white colors, so I'm going to use a green marker. I'm going to put some green stars inside mine. You can use a green crayon to do that too. It's kind of hard to color a marker on top of a crayon rub, but I didn't do it too dark, so this ought to work just fine. Might have to go over it a couple of times to make it darker. Take your time. You don't need to go as fast as me. I'm trying to finish this video before I run out of time. I get 15 minutes. There we go. I think I'll do a little designs in the corner. Just get creative. Do whatever designs you want. You can write words like Jackson Elementary, pandas, or you can just do some abstract lines. You can draw little panda faces. It's really up to you what you want to do. Put some curvy lines in there. You're just trying to make it look neat. Make it look interesting. have some lines and shapes that get people's eyes looking all around your paper, seeing how creative you are. Put some black in between these, make these spirals look a little fancier. Get a lighter green, a yellow green, and if you want, you can, this is not really the color green for Jackson Elementary School, but it'll make your letters pop a little better. If you have this lighter green in here, make them show up real good. It's okay to add a few other colors in there. Make sure your main colors are school colors. After all, Jackson Elementary School colors are black, white, and green. You have the green for the bamboo, the black and white for the panda. I'm going right on top of this green marker. It won't cover it up. It's much lighter. Use some small strokes for small areas. Okay, maybe I'll add some of this in here too. Trying to fill the space up a little bit, make it look interesting. Use your holding hand. Turn your paper if you need to. Looking good, looking better. Let's see what else I can add. I'm going to use some black crayon also. Marker or crayon or both. I'm using both. Yeah, alright, I like that. Let's see what else I can add in here. Okay, maybe I'll put some green circles around here because I have a plan. Some are bigger, some are smaller. Try to get it kind of even, see where I might need to add another one. And that looks pretty good. Put a little one right here. Okay. Look like green bubbles, but I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to put some rings around them, make them look like little planets. Little green Saturns. Lots of planets have rings around them. Some I'm going to tilt this way, some I'm going to make straight. So I start here, I come around in a loop, come across the front, loop around this way, stop there so it looks like it's going around the back. Excuse me. There we go. A bunch of little green planets. And there you go. Something kind of like that. It's up to your creativity what you want yours to look like. Here's another one I did where I wrote Panda Pride, Panda's Rule, with some zigzags, some dots, zigzag dots like an A-B pattern. A, B, A, B, A, B, A. Put some little stripes in my letters. Alright? Okay, have a good time with this. Can't wait to see your creations. Alright, bye-bye now.